Komenda here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a cute baby page with Kreativa Paints from Mintay Papers. I'm starting with white cardstock from Mintay basic line. You can find white 12 by 12 paper in this line and craft 12 by 12 paper in this line. They are very sturdy. The shade of white is just perfect. It's not too cold, not too warm, and it's really nice to work with this paper. I'm starting with sketching kind of a whimsical rainbow with my pencil, and I'm adding 5 strips into my rainbow, and I will be coloring each with those chalk paints from Kreativa series. I will add in the description box link to the video about the qualities of this paint. Before I would able to paint, I had to mix the paint, which is totally normal, that the liquid part separates from the chalky part, so you need to mix the paint before you use it. And I cut it out this part of mixing, but I haven't used my paints for a while, that's why it kind of separated. And I started with the yellow color called lemon, and the second color is called peach. And again, I am mixing everything, and when the paint is smooth, I am ready to paint with it. And I'm applying everything with a flat brush because I thought it will be easier to sustain the straight lines on the edges, which is like kind of a good idea. The colors may seem dark for you right now, but this is the quality of the chalk paint, that when it's wet, it's quite dark. When it dries, it changes the color shade a lot, so it's much lighter when it's dry already. And now it's time for the third color. This one is called sand, and as you can see, this is not like a real rainbow, so it doesn't have all the rainbow colors. I wanted to match the colors to the collection I was going to use and to this overall cute baby theme. So I will be working with Tiny Miracle collection, and this is the baby line with this kind of a versatile and no gender like specific color palette with beiges, a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. So I thought those colors will be just perfect, and I was right, so I am happy that I choose those. Now it's time for a tomato Kreativa paint that looks like a bloody red right now, but first is just the quality of the video, and the second the paint is still wet, it will not be that red when it will be dry. Those colors, when they are wet, they wouldn't match the Tiny Miracle collection, but when they are dry and muted, they are just perfect. You can water down the paint too and use less opaque version, so it can be more translucent, whatever float your boat. And as you can see, I made a boo-boo, so I need to cover it, but do not worry, the brown color will cover the red spot with ease, because the paint coverage is really great. The chalk paint coverage is really great, so I'm not afraid. Well, I have the second splatter, and those I will have to hide some other way, so just be careful when you are applying the paint. So this is the last strip of my rainbow, and after it will be done, I will leave everything to air dry. You can rush it with the heat gun, but it will make the paper warp a bit, because every time when you hit the paper, it kind of tends to warp. So air drying is for me the best solution to keep your paper as flat as possible. So I'm just going to leave it for a few minutes, hang some washed clothes, and I am back. Everything is ready and dry, and I can finish my page. I'm starting with backing the picture with the piece of the cardstock. I am using cardstock for bigger surfaces because it's cheaper than foam tape or foam sheets. And I took this beige color of dotted pattern from baby book to back the picture, and I'm also using 12 by 12 paper from Tiny Miracle collection, the pink dots and the sweater pattern, to add strips on top and in the bottom of my page to kind of create a frame around it. So I'm just searching for a right size, and I will be layering one paper on another, and I will be ruffling the edges edges later, so it will have some texture, and it seems like ages because it took me a while to find the perfect length. I don't know, it's like such a tiny detail and no one would notice it, but you know, everything has to be in a perfect size, perfect alignment, so it took me a while to find this sweet spot. But I promise you, I found it, I glued it down. It didn't take me that long. The overall time for making this page was about an hour. The longest part was embellishing, I think. Drying was like 10 minutes. Painting was quite quick, especially if your paints are already mixed, so it's even faster. And I'm gluing down the layers on the top and on the bottom. Those are exactly the same papers. Remember, when you are gluing something on top of the chalk paint, add extra glue, even if it's a sticker. The chalk paint has like this chalky residue, and it can make the stickers unstick, so go generous with your glue. And you will see later that even with the stickers, I still added some extra liquid glue, and it takes a while for the glue to dry on chalk paint, so it's good to kind of press it with something heavy and leave it for a minute or two, and the glue will hold. And this is the part where I am ruffling the edges and adding some texture. I'm tearing the paper a little bit, and I will tack some elements behind it later. You can, of course, if you prefer more clean look, leave it like it is. It won't change the design that much. You can, of course, change the colors in the rainbow, add more strip, change the shape to just keep the idea, and you can kind of alter my layout. You don't have to make something exactly the same. I have the plate full of element fussy cutted from paper number 9. This is the extra paper in every collection with some elements for embellishing. This collection didn't come with die cuts, it only had stickers. Um, it was pre-die cut era, so you will have to fussy cut all your embellishments. So no cheating here, it's a true labor. I'm going through the whole sheet, fussy cutted here, and I picked some elements that I think will look good on my page, and I'm pre-arranging elements before I will commit to gluing them down. As you can see, one of the stars is hiding the boo-boo I made previously, like a splatter, so I'm just layering everything. And when I will be happy with how it looks, I will start gluing down things. I'm also mixing in some stickers from the cardboard sticker sheet. And again, remember about adding extra glue if you are sticking on top of the chalk paint. I usually add extra glue under each sticker, regardless if it's a Mintay sticker or any other, because sometimes the sticker glue isn't that good and elements fall apart when you keep your layout in albums stored vertically. So here it is. I glued down all the elements already, adding glue and some foam tape, adding some stickers, and the design is almost finished. And now it's time for the title. It will be My Pot of Gold, which is because at the end of the rainbow, there is waiting a pot of gold, watched by leprechaun. So this is the children's story, and this is my pot of gold. I do not need money. I just need my babies be happy and be and smiling. And this little chubby girl is like I don't know, heaven sent for me. So this is my treasure. She is my treasure, and hence the title, My Pot of Gold. So she was fun. She's at the end of the rainbow, which fits perfectly to the story. And I'm using some gold foiled stickers, but I didn't have T letters, so I mixed it from the number one and some tail from other letter. And finishing touch of this page is adding some gold splatters. I'm using a mist with this gold metallic finish, and I'm splashing everything to make it less clean and make this white area a little bit less eye-poking. I don't know how to explain it. I just like mess on pages, and I don't like very clean white look. That's why I always add some splatters. So here it is. My page is finished, and it's a perfect moment because sun was shining through my shades already. And here are some close-ups of my page. I will list all the products I used in the description box. I hope you like my idea and you will reach for Kreativa Paints more often. Thank you so much for staying with me, and see you soon. Bye.